Okay, I'm gonna talk about Anand's case, and in this case we have five persons. We have to learn a little better. The first one is Sarah Connick. She's the reporter that makes a podcast about how Adnan killed this girl, his ex-girlfriend, and she's the reason there's so much, do you say, attention towards this murder case. Then there's the girl, Hey Meili. That's the ex-girlfriend to Adnan. She was killed supposedly by Adnan. Yeah, we don't know yet. Then there's the murder, Adnan, the ex-boyfriend to Haley, and we have Jay, a friend to Adnan, the one that gave the testimony to the police that led to Adnan's arrest. And there's Asia. It's a girl that said she had seen Adnan today in the library, and she had sent a letter to him shortly after he was brought into the station and put in prison, saying that she knew he wasn't the murderer, that she had seen him the day on the murder in a library. But yeah, I'm gonna start with talking about the first phase of the case. Um, yeah, as said, it's about a 17-year-old boy called Anan that is accused of murder when he was 17 years old. The problem about it is that he was arrested 6 weeks later, and he had no clue what he had done the day, and couldn't recall exactly what happened on that specific day. As you can tell, most people in this, just most people in general, can't explain what they did 6 weeks, what they did 6 weeks ago. So just imagine if I had to think back 6 weeks. Yeah, I have no clue. I was in school, I know, or I was laying at home for sure. uh, so they can't really tell what he did, and he's then convicted for a crime he says he's innocent of, and is put in prison for lifetime. And there's just a huge doubt whether he was convicted wrongfully or convicted truly. That he was maybe guilty, but no one knows because there's never found any specific evidence that he was the murderer, like spit, cum, blood, just something, fingerprints, anything. Nothing was found on her. Yeah, case, and that's about Adnan's friend and what part that role, what part, bleh, what part Jay's role play in this trial. Um, because Jay was the friend of Jay, and he's the one that gave the testimony that Adnan actually killed his ex-girlfriend, and the one that said he did it because he had given a full testimony on how Jay killed Haley, that he had strangled her and buried her with the help of Jay, of course, who had been with Adnan the most of the day. They've been home smoking a little bit, driving around, and he had borrowed Anand's car, picked him up after practice. No, he picked him up after school. That's how it went. And Anand told him that he had killed him, or at least so. That's what Jay tells everyone he did. Yes, in the third part, I'm going to talk a little about how Adnan is as a person, or how we get him described. Uh, he's described as loved by his friends and family. Most people don't hate him; they kind of like him, and they think he's innocent because he's a nice kid. And how could he do something like that? And they just don't believe that he's capable of doing anything so horribly. And then in this case, we have a girl called Rabia, but that's the mom to one of Adnan's friends. She's actually the one that contacted the journalist to help out with the case. And on top of that, even the reporter thinks Adnan is an adorable little teddy bear. He's big. He even says he's big, but that he's not able to do something like it. Or at least he thinks so. I think so, out of the way he acts. Uh, forth in this case. I'm gonna talk a little about who Asia is. Asia is the key part in this case, and the only reason this case is being re-examined. And the problem about it is that she gave a testimony. At least she sent a letter saying that she knew he didn't do it, and he's not guilty, and it's a big problem if he's innocent. But it just there's no way to tell because it's a long time ago, and there were some cameras up in the library that could have caught him on film, but they're so old they had been taken down, and there's nothing left to prove that he was actually in the library. So he's kind of just fucked in in every way. So he's kind of stuck. So that's the biggest problem about Asia's testimony, and the fact that she didn't want to give it when they called her after a long time, because I don't remember quite the specifics, but she just didn't want to. Fifth, in this case, I'm gonna talk about how Adnan is doing today. Yeah, his case has been re-examined because of the popular Serial podcast that I was talking about a little bit, that Sarah Carnicle made, and the one attorney that took it up was the Maryland Attorney General's office, and they retook the case, I guess. And I couldn't find any other information than that, so I guess he's still in trial, figuring out if he's guilty.